Hello, children. In the last video on the chapter Devotional Path to Divine, we had done about the 18th century two religious movement, that is the Sufi and the Bhakti movement. We also did the idea of Supreme God, followed by a new kind of Bhakti in the south, that were the Nayanas and the Alvars, followed by the philosophy of Bhakti, where Shankara advocated the doctrine of Advait, and thereafter we continued with Baswana's Veer Shivaism, where they argued that all the Brahmanical ideas or division on the basis of caste was not right. Thereafter, the saints of Maharashtra also followed the same thinking about as the followers of the Bhaswana followers, and then there were the other cults like the Nagpanthis, Siddhas, and Yogis who emerged as a who started singing praise of the Lord. Now let us come to the Islam and Sufism. Islam propagated monotheism or submission to one God. This means, according to Islam, they started prescribing or propagating that there is only one God, and there is no other God. There is only one form of God. It also rejected idol worship. Muslim scholars developed a holy law called Shariat. So now what happened in the ideas of the Islam, when they have propagated the that there is one God, they also rejected. That means उन्होंने हटा दिया, उन्होंने नकार दिया कि मूर्ति पूजन को. Idol means मूर्ति. So they rejected the idol worship. And Muslim scholars, the people who quoted themselves as Muslim scholars, they also started they prescribed a law. They framed certain laws, and these were known as Shariat. The Sufis rejected the elaborate codes of behavior demanded by Muslim religious scholars. Now, what happened? The Sufis, that were the saints of the Muslims, they started rejecting the elaborate. जो ये शरीयत में certain laws that were prescribed by the Sharia, they started demanding that how can this be possible? It is not possible, and therefore they rejected even they rejected the those laws of the law principle laid down by the Muslim religious scholars known as Shariat. They sought unison with God as a lover seeks his beloved with a regard for the world. This means they started saying that laws and regulations are nothing but you should love people and as a person loves his own beloved person, and therefore they rejected every law of the Shariat. Next point is, among the great Sufis of Central Asia were Ghazali, Rumi, and Sadi. So these are the different cults of the Sufi saints, like the Ghazali, Rumi, and Sadi. Like in Hindu religion, we have different gurus. Even in the Muslims, they have different saints like Ghazali, and these were all Sufi saints. Sufism introduced many popular orders or silsilas, of which the most widespread was the Shariat and Chishti silsila. So now, like we have, like in Hinduism, there are many gurus. Same is with the Sufism of in the with the Muslims. The Sufi saints. Again, they were divided into many silsilas. Silsila means order, and these were and these the most widespread or the most popular silsila or gurus were the Shariat and the Chishti silsila. Chishti silsila is framed after Sheikh Salim Chishti. He was a great saint. The Chishti silsila was among the most influential The Chishti silsila was among the most influential order. A long line of teachers included Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti of Ajmer, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki of Delhi, Baba Farid of Punjab, Khwaja Nawazuddin Aulia, Nizamuddin Aulia of Delhi, and Band Nawaz Gisurdas of Gulbarg. So these were the different people of the Chishti order. That means they were the different these people, Moinuddin Chishti, these were the famous, or they were the followers of the Chishti Silsila. Silsila means order. So Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti is in Ajmer. Kutubuddin Bakhtiar Kaki, again his tomb is in Delhi. Then Khwaja Nizamuddin Aulia, again it is Delhi, and there is a railway station also known after. So there is a railway station named after Khwaja Nizamuddin Aulia in Delhi, and then there is another guru of the Chishti Silsila, which was established by Banda Nawaz Ghaisudars in Gulbarg. Now let's come to new religious developments in North India. The period after the 13th century saw a new wave of Bhakti movement in North India. So now what happened? The Bhakti movement that was there saw a new type of Bhakti movement. That is, the Bhakti movement was gaining very much popularity in the 13th century in northern India. This wave was led by the scholars like Tulsidas, Surdas, Kabir Das, and Baba Guru Nanak Dev. So these saints, Tulsidas, Surdas, Kabir Das, and Guru Nanak. So these were the ones who started preaching the Bhakti movement, and there were many and they had gathered many followers. Followers means shishya or disciple. This tradition also included saints like Dadu Dayal, Ravidas, and Mirabai. Mirabai was devoted to Lord Krishna. So now, as these gurus all were there were other saints also who developed or followed other many gods, and their form of devotion was in the form of bhajans, like Mirabai, who was a follower or ardent follower or devotee of Lord Krishna. A unique feature of most of these saints is that their works were composed in regional languages and could be sung. So now what happened? These people like Tulsidas, Surdas, Kabirdas, Dadu Dayal, Ravidas, and Mirabai. The songs that they composed were in the regional languages. Regional languages means local languages, which people could understand in a very expressive manner, and they could be sung. The poetries that these people composed could be sung by the people of the region. Kabir ridiculed idol worship and believed in one formless supreme God. Kabir ridiculed idol worship and believed in one formless God, with devotion as the path to salvation. Now, Kabir Das, who was a staunch follower of who criticized idol. So now he ridiculed, उन्होंने रिडिक्यूल मीन्स उन्होंने मजाक बनाई कि मूर्तियों की पूजा क्यों की जाती है. भगवान तो हर जगह है. भगवान हर इंसान में है, हर जानवर में है, हर फूलों में है, हर पत्ते में. सो वाई डू पीपल वर्शिप द आइडल? एंड इफ यू वांट सैल्वेशन या मोक्ष, यू शुड वर्शिप द फॉर्मलेस सुप्रीम गॉड. Guru Nanak emphasized on the importance of one God and Naam Japna, Kirtina, Kama, and Vand Chakra. The number of Baba Guru Nanak's followers increased through the 16th century under his successors. So now even Guru Nanak Dev emphasized on the importance of one God, and he said नाम जपो, कीर्तन करो, दूसरों को तंग मत करो, अपने कर्म करो. And what happened is, after his demise or after his death, this work was carried by his followers, and through the 16th century, his followers had increased under his great successors. Shankara was an advocate of Advait, or the doctrine of oneness of the individual soul and supreme God. So now what happened? Again, Shankaracharya was the one who said, again advocated that there is one God, and there is also individual soul who after death goes to the supreme power, that is the supreme God, and therefore you should always worship one God, and that is Lord Shiva. Various kinds of bhakti and Sufi movements evolved since the 8th century. Before the emergence of large kingdoms, different groups of people worshipped their one own god than gods and goddesses. So now, before the Bhakti and the Sufi movement came into existence, जब ये दोनों movement आए in the 8th century. So what happened? Large kings and kingdoms and dynasties, they all what did they do? They just followed or worshipped their own god, like the king. If the king is follow is following or worshipping Lord Brahma, then his entire kingdom will worship Lord Brahma. If supposing another kingdom is worshipping Lord Shiva, his whole dynasty will worship Lord Shiva. So it was this way, different kingdoms and different groups worship their own gods and goddesses. Hope you have understood this chapter. See you in the next video in some other topic. Have a nice day.